Hello and happy Mother's Day to all the moms that may watch this video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And, uh, definitely I'll give my mom a call and probably go see her and give her a hug. And, you know, as I think about Mother's Day, it's kind of a good lead in for the lesson that Steve has for us today. And this is session 5, and this session is going to be over prayer. But one of the neat things about prayer is, as we pray, um, that's communication between us and God, and helps us to develop, that relationship. And as I think back, as far as relationships, and I think, I think about this being Mother's Day, and I think about the relationship with my mom, and in in our lives we have these little markers and things that we remember, and those are all part of building that relationship. And one of them that I think about is when I was in high school playing basketball, and we had a game going. I don't know who we were playing, but um, it was probably the second half of the game, and anyway, somebody on the other team got a breakaway, and they were going to get an easy layup, and I had a foul to give, and anyway, I made sure they didn't make the layup, and that they were going to have to make some free throws to get those points. And but a neat thing about my mom at the ball games is you always knew where she was at, because I could hear her all the time. And I thought what was funny that time was I could hear her in the stands and hear her saying Michael didn't foul him, and of course I was thinking, yes, yeah, I fouled him pretty good. And but it's a great thing about moms. Uh, they're in our corner all the time, even though a lot of times we don't deserve it. And I think about stories like that, and there's countless ones of them with my mom and me, and I always didn't deserve all the credit she gave me, and all the encouragement that she gave me. But that's a great thing that you always know somebody's there in your corner, and somebody's always there rooting for you. And and that kind of leads me into what Steve's talking about here. He's talking about we get to pray and talk to God, and we don't deserve His favor, and we don't deserve everything that He does for us, but He is there encouraging us, and and then I think think about, as far as my spiritual life, markers that I've had throughout my life, that I can remember back and where God was there. And then then I think about in the Bible, what are some of those markers that you can see where God was building a relationship with His people. And one of the biggest ones that I like to remember and think about is uh, the children of Israel when they come out of Egypt, and God's leading them by this pillar of cloud during the day, and pillar of fire by night. And anyway, they end up led to the Red Sea, and they're trapped there. And Pharaoh has changed his mind, and he's mad, and he gets his military together, and they're going to go chase down the children of Israel. So um, here here's the scene. There's these people that have been slaves all their lives, and now they're being led across the wilderness, and now they're trapped between the Pharaoh's army and the Red Sea, and they're going, what are we going to do? And we know the story that God, He takes that pillar and puts between uh, the army and Israel, and then He takes and He delivers them, and He takes and He separates the Red Sea, and the children of Israel walk through, and then as Egypt follows them through the Red Sea, the sea comes back together and drowns the army, and God delivers His people. And here, even though they just seen all these plagues and all these things done that they could get out of Egypt and be set free, uh, here's another another thing for them to remember and say, here God, He took care of us, and He done that throughout all the time in the wilderness and all the time as they're wandering around before the promised land. And then think about how incredible that is for us. We have access to the same God that they did, the same God that was greater than everything then is still greater than everything now. And we get to talk to Him, daily, and we get to know that He is there rooting for us, and He's always trying to teach us and make us better and more mature. And a big part of that um, we'll talk to Him daily. And when we think about prayer, there's several scriptures about it, but one of the main ones that I think about is in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 17, and it's a really short verse. It just says, "Pray continually." And to me, what that means is, even though we're not always where we can go and shut our eyes and be in a real quiet space and just be able to continually just focus on God. Uh, Although those are wonderful times, and those are things that we definitely should be able to do because we hear back from Him. But that praying continually, it's just before you have a big interview, just help me, God. Or you have a meeting that you're getting ready to go through, and you say, give me what I should say in this meeting. And as we raise our kids, there's always just little prayers of help me make the right decision here, and as I'm teaching my kids, and no matter what it is, that verse always it sticks in my mind that of just pray continually. And when we're doing that, then we're building that relationship. Um, how would your relationship with your mom been if you didn't always have interaction with them from day to day? The times that uh, you had something going on that was real hard, and had those heartfelt talks as you were learning, or just the everyday stuff of when you got home from school, or anything that was just it was going on at the time. And that brought that we have all these memories of those conversations. And it's just like with God, sometimes we make things more complicated than they should be. And prayer is one of the things that doesn't have to be. We're just taking and we're getting to communicate with um, getting to communicate with God, the one who made everything. The same God that was in the Old Testament that delivered the children of Israel is the same God that we have now, and it's seen it all, and we get to tap into His perspective, and even though there's things that we don't understand, He's still giving us information that we may not be able to comprehend at the time, but He's there to guide us through our lives and guide us on this journey. And anyway, today, go and see Steve's session. It's session 5. And like I said, he's talking about prayer in this one. And how incredible is it that we get to go and talk to God, the person who made it all, and is all powerful and all knowing. But I hope you enjoy this session. And like I said, happy Mother's Day. And to all the moms out there, I hope you have a wonderful day. See you later.